Yeah. Hi you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is my friend Dear. I will make sure I put her information
everyone.
Down below. We sitting here drinking wine and we was on live for a little bit.
I need to fill my cup right This is on.
We was on live for a little bit and we want to basically like do a podcast or a video. I've never seen a podcast, so I don't really know. But we want to do a video basically of our experiences dancing and stuff like that. So I got some questions and she has some too. We both can really answer. Yeah, like you want to ask some person, then I ask one.
So my first question to you is, what age were you when you first started dancing?
I was 18. My birthday is in November and I started February when I turned 18.
Okay. So we gonna go back and forth or?
What age was you?
Ooh, girl. I think 18 or 19.
Yeah.
No, I'm lying, 17.
Really?
Yeah.
How the fuck did that happen? You didn't have to have license and all
You did,
that,
but my sister kind of like helped me out. I was dancing off her ID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. You can't really tell. I was, but back then with them dancing permits, like it was so much fraud going on.
So wait, where did you start dancing at? What city?
Wax was my first club.
Oh, so you started in Atlanta?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, I started doing private parties, and then I was introduced to the club scene.
I was scared as hell. I was so scared, girl. I started off at a white club because I used to be really, really tiny. So I used to go in there. Oh my God. I didn't drink. I didn't do anything. And I was just so damn scared. I wore pumps and a bra and panties.
I was more comfortable with the whole out of the club scene, like the private parties. I was always with it. I ain't really had to see nobody, but like once I started dancing in the club, that's when that's a whole nother level. I was nervous. I was one of those energized buddies. Like I was dancing so fast, and I had to have one of the OGs tell me to slow down, like. And shit, once she said that,
OG told me that I need to change my shoes, girl, because I thought I was a stuff. I walked in there with some heels on, like some pumps, girl. On the stage, and she was like, girl, you have to get. I was like, oh, I didn't know. I just thought I could wear bra and panties and some damn.
No, I just wanted to get in and get out. So now, you know, once I got into it, I let my butt move for itself. I ain't have to do all the little extra work. But yeah.
Okay, my question is, what's the most embarrassing moment?
Ooh, Lord. The most embarrassing moment for me is right after I had my daughter. Of course, I waited my whole time, my 6 weeks. I think it was 7 weeks when I came back. And, you know, us women, we finally get that first period back. And, girl, I got on stage and I bent over and it was blood running down my leg.
Oh, my God.
But the guy that I was dancing for, when I was on stage and I looked down and I looked back at him, he was the only one that saw it. But I was so embarrassed. Like, that made me not ever want to dance on my cycle ever again.
So you don't dance on your cycle?
No. Not, well, when I did it, like, the first 2 or 3 days I wouldn't. But, like, coming off of it, I would. But, girl, no. Hell no.
My most embarrassing moment, girl. I was dancing in Ohio and I had a damn ponytail in my head. The motherfucking ponytail fell off while I was on stage. I was dancing, doing all of this, and the whole fucking ponytail just fell out. And then another one was when I worked at Blaze. I was on stage and I propped down to do a split, girl, and my whole fucking wig came off.
I'm gonna need you to secure the wigs.
Girl, and then my friend was there, so he seen it, so bitch, I was on the ground like this, trying to pull the wig down, girl. Still dancing, just trying to pull the fucking wig down. I had to pick it up and put the shit. It was embarrassing. But I had a moment like you before with this. I had the girl, I was dancing for a man and I had a tampon, and the string was still hanging out. And I was just bending over dancing for him, and he was like, excuse me. Oh no, ma'am. He was like, excuse me, your string is hanging out. I was like, girl, I went to go cut that string, went back out there and continue to dance. But the ponytail situation, I left. I was so embarrassed. I left my money all out on the stage and everything.
All right. My next question to you is, what is the most money you've made in one night, and at what club?
Well, the most money, because we had to share, but it was like $10,000, and it was at a party that we did in Nashville. I think it was Nashville, Tennessee. Other than that, I don't know, because I think I made a lot of money when I did Houston V-Live. I don't remember.
Been there.
No.
Never.
I don't remember how much I made, but I made a lot of money.
Okay.
So I just say the 10.
10,000.
You?
5.
What club?
Magic. Let me see. Birmingham. Birmingham was close to 3,000 in one night. Blue Flame, I haven't went past the 2,500 mark.
That's still good though.
It is.
Like, I used to make a lot of money in tax season and football season. Like, the money used to be crazy. When I worked at Pinups, I would never leave out with less than $1,500 around tax season and football.
Yeah, Pinups was about a 15 for me too.
Yeah, Pinups used to be good. Like, that was for me, that was like one of my favorite clubs that I worked at because of the after
I would
hours.
always come after 1. I would come at 1 and I would leave around 5 o'clock.
Same.
Like, I would make my money.
Same, girl, and still
leave.
walk out with $1,500.
Right. All right.
Yeah, you can ask yours because you got way more questions than I do.
All right. So the next question is, what made you start dancing?
I was dancing, and I used to dance in like on the stage competitions and stuff like that. And then my sister's friend, she came over while we was having practice, and she was like, Ashley, you got a nice shape, can you come with me to go try out to go dance? It was her and another girl, and I went with her. She talked me into going, and then like I said in my other video, they didn't hire her. They was like, no, we don't want her, but you can dance. And I was just scared as fuck, and she left me. Like, she was just like, she told me only way she would stay is if I gave her half my money. I was like, girl, get your ass out of here. So
right.
She the reason why I started dancing, because I never even thought about dancing or anything. And she was just like, come on. You?
What made me start dancing was I was working. I'm a workaholic still to this day. I was working 3 jobs. I was into the fast food thing, and I was staying with my sister, and my sister would come home with these bags of
she danced.
money. Yeah, she danced at Platinum. Yeah, and I would always be like, damn, you know, I wish I could do that. Like, I wonder if I got enough guts to do it. And like shortly after that, I think I quit. I was working in as a hostess or whatever, in where is it, Milton Parkway, whatever, it's in Alpharetta. And I got tired, and I quit. And I was like, sis, I want to dance. And that's when I started doing the private parties on the side. But the money was still good then.
Does she still live here?
Yeah, no, she actually moved to Charlotte. She bought her house out there in Charlotte. So she's there.
Okay.
Been there about a year.
Okay.
Let me see. Are you, and this is a good question, are you ever afraid of your kids knowing that you stripped?
Very. But at the same time, like, I finally told my daughter because of, I feel like...
Oh, Lord.
No, I told her that I danced before because of, you know, the thing is with me, I have stuff like that online already. So she know me, and then I think, like, my cousin or something showed her like told her that my name China Hall and stuff, and she's 10, so she be on social media. And then I had to tell her, I just was like, look. And then she found my stripper bag. I don't know how, but girl, recently, and I had explained to her, and I said, listen, I had to do what I had to do, you know. I didn't tell her how long I danced, and I didn't go in depth. I just was like, I had to do what I do to take care of y'all, to pay my bills, and I don't want you to ever do this. And because I used to lie all the time. She used to ask me, Mom, where all this money come from? And I used to be like, I own my own business.
See, Anaya doesn't ask me. She doesn't ask me. She just say little stuff like, why do you have all these bikinis? And I used to always tell her, like, you know, I model, like, some of my photo shoots that I do, like, in my bathing suits and stuff, she thinks that I model. So I would tell her that. She likes to, you know, we wear the same size shoe.
Yeah, I do.
Like, girl, yes. And, like, she's, like, this much. She got this much room left in my heels, and she's only 9. But she would play in my heels and stuff, and she would touch the dancing heels. And I have to explain to her, like, you know, you can play in my heels, but those are off limits. I don't think she knows. And how my daughter, I hope she will find out, is I'm writing a book. It's called A Known Ingredient. And that talks about my time of me stripping. And I think around that time, when she gets a hold of the book, I hope that's when she'll find out that I strip. And the duration of the mission.
I don't think I necessarily told. Oh, so it was a little girl over here, and she basically told my daughter to say something about the little girl kept saying she wanted to be a stripper, and that's why I explained to her. I said, listen, that's not something I ever want to hear you say again. Like, stripping is not good. And then I told her, I was just like, listen. I told her all the bad stuff. I basically was like, listen, you want to be raped, you want to be.
It's a get out situation.
I had to get down and dirty, and I was like, you want to get raped, strippers get raped, strippers get, like, I had to basically explain it to her like that. And I was like, because her friend the one, because she never knew anything about it, and that was the reason why I sit there and I talked to her and I told her.
All right, so my next question is, what have you learned from being an adult entertainer?
You go first to answer that, because
what I've learned is when you are in a situation, a crisis, I call it a life crisis, and you're faced with your back against the wall, and you're one of the persons like I am, I will struggle, and I mean struggle before I ask anyone for help. If I open my mouth and ask you for help, that means I really need it.
Exactly. I'm the same way.
And I think I'm gonna always be like that. And I pray to God that I could just teach my daughter to be the same way. But
me too.
It made me become stronger. It made me become more independent. It made me love myself again. Like, believe it or not, I got a nice body, but we all have insecurities, and
oh girl, do we?
I've learned how to save being a stripper. I know that probably sounds crazy because of the amount of money that we make, but I had a bad spending habit. So I learned how to save, and the biggest thing is that responsibility. That's what I've gotten out of stripping.
Yeah. Same. I've learned to save. We basically sound the same. Like, I don't like asking nobody for anything. I have been, y'all don't understand, I have been to the point to where my bills have been cut off, like my shit, and I didn't have my car repo when I had stopped dancing. I had my car repo. I had to move out of my damn place that I had, and my bills was cut off. Like, I had to boil water to be able to take a damn bath. So, like, with me dancing, I don't know, like, as much money as you make,
you still struggle.
You do struggle.
You still struggle. And people think it's so easy being a stripper.
And everybody's hand be out. Like, you have to everybody wants some money. And then they know how much money you make. You a dancer, and they're just like, oh, you made it, you got it. And I was the type of person that always wanted to help everybody out. But when it was time for me to get help,
it's always that though.
Exactly. I was never able to get help.
Always like that.
Then I dealt with like dudes that was taking from me. Like I had my abusive boyfriend. Like he used to take money from me. Like I go in my drawer, the money don't be there no more. Or like just, I don't know. When people know you got money, I feel like they use you and use you dry. And then, you know, when you're going through stuff, then you realize who's really there for you. Because, baby, I feel like I've been going through all kinds of stuff lately.
I feel like that with my daughter's father. And you know what? That question you asked me, what made me start dancing before my sister. Well, I already knew she did it. But, like, for me to actually go inside the club, like, that nigga, like, promoted me. Like, yeah, because he knew about me. Like, when we first met, he knew about me dancing. But he just would ask me questions like, how do you feel about going to a club? Like, I can help you get in clubs. You should help me get in clubs. I can get in clubs. I mean, I was young, but...
Oh, so you've been doing them that long?
Girl, we were together 5.5 years. We were married a year, but... Back to the question. Yeah, he just kind of pushed me there. Like, when I met him, I felt like he was on some pimp shit. Like, yeah, he knew the type of money a stripper could make. And he didn't know what type of money I was making on the side doing dancing. But, ooh, girl, no.
See, the guy that I was with, which is the video that I made of he had babies on me, he was there with me. But, honestly, he was there more supporting it. Like, he was just like, if this is what you want to do, I'll sit in this motherfucker club all night till you get ready to go, to make sure nobody tries you. Yeah, he was the same way, but he was supporting it because of the amount of money that I was making. His hand was always out. His wasn't. He was broke as hell. Girl, he went to school just to be able to give me his school check, because he knew he couldn't financially do anything. So he just was like, let me go to school so I can get her some money to help her out with these fucking bills. Like, but I've had that, because the abusive boyfriend, he was like that, to where his hand was out. Like, my last straw with him, and I was still a dancer, was I had gave him some money because his son's birthday. I had gave him some money to go get me some weave so I can go to work. I had to get his sewing done. And I gave him $300, girl. And he took my motherfucking money and went to his son's birthday party and bought his son all kinds of gifts with my $300 and then come back with no weave. I was like, get out. That's it. That I'm done. Yeah, although her father had his hand out too, or just looked at me as a cash cow. Cash cow. He helped me save. He did help me save. I think when we were together, I ended up saving like $10,000. And then when I got pregnant, girl, I took that fucking money and got the hell on. I would have too. So, yeah. Alright, so my next question is, have you ever fell in love with a guy who have came in a club and always looked out? No. For you? No? Nope. I didn't want no strip club, man. Nigga, whatever. Like, I used them just like they use us. I used his ass. You gonna pay for this, you gonna buy me this, and that was really it. Have you ever, like, went out to keep the money coming faithfully? Have you ever, like, went out on, you know, I call them little dates, go out to eat here and there? You would do that? I did. Same here. You did? Yeah. Of course, that's what we gotta do. We used to have to, like, make sure, you know, text them, because if a nigga spend a lot of money, come in the club, spend a lot of money, of course we want their information just like they want ours, because we know they're going to come back again and do the same thing. Now, me falling in love with somebody, I didn't fall in love with my ex. Well, my ex too, the abusive one, but not my ex-husband, but my ex-boyfriend before my ex-husband. I met him in pinups. I met mine in Blue Flame. I met him in pinups, and I was so just New Yorkish, aggressive. I was so mean to him at the bar, and I think I gave my car back. And he was talking to me or whatever, and he had offered me a ride. And I was like, no, I don't leave the club with nobody. I'm good. My friend gonna take me home. To make a long story short, he ended up taking me home. We didn't have sex or anything. He offered me some food, and I didn't want to. I don't know if we ate or not. I think we did.
And I don't know, girl, from there on, we was goddamn Bonnie and Clyde. Like, that nigga, I mean, I've had people do things for me, but that man there swept me off my feet. Like, the relationship he had with my daughter, her own father doesn't even have the relationship, or didn't have the relationship that they had. And I'm sure still to this day he loves my daughter. He might not like my ass, we might not like each other, but he still loves my daughter. But I had a strong level of love for him. I don't think I was in love with him, but that was my nigga. Like, we was rocking. Okay, my next question, my last question is, did you start liking women before or after becoming a stripper? Let's be honest here.
I think I've always liked women, but as soon as I start stripping, like, that's when I start drinking. That's when I start, like, I did start liking women. Honey, I was freaky as hell. Like, I used to get booked at clubs, have my friends come with me. It was just a mess. So dancing did make me like women more. I think I've always liked women, but it got worse when I started dancing. You always liked women?
Yeah. I was a little bisexual, I don't know what you want to call it, since the age of damn 9, 10. No, seriously.
Me too.
Like, in my book, it talks about when I was in the group homes, how I would be in, you know, the rooms with certain girls, or the staffs. This one particular girl, we looked just alike. And I started liking her. We liked each other or whatever, but even though me liking women, when I started working at Dancers Elite, I don't know, I think I was a little shy. Like, them, it just would slap my butt. Oh, she got a big butt, or this and that. I didn't like that stuff, but I guess I was in denial, and I didn't really want to expose myself as liking women. But the more years built up on me, the more gay I became. And
I didn't even think she was gay either till her ass started texting me. I was like, wait, what the? I didn't even know you was gay.
I'm not gay. I like to have fun here and there.
I'm gay. Well, I'm not gay. I'm bisexual. Because I actually had a girlfriend.
I've never had a girlfriend.
I've had a girlfriend for a year.
They are crazier than men.
They are. We was motherfucking
because we're emotional. We are emotional creatures.
And she was a boy stud type, but she was more emotional than I was. So she was more, she'd lay on my chest when it's time to go to sleep, but she dressed like a boy. I
could never do the stud thing. I had one experience with a stud, and ooh, child. It was just, she smelled like onions.
Oh, see, mine was fresh all the time.
No, this particular person smelled, and you know, I know you probably gonna laugh at me because you probably gonna see this, but it is what it is. And everybody know I'm an open book, but she smelled like onions, and then the way she, like, we interacted with each other, I didn't like it. Now versus a feminine person, I'm all for it, but I'm not into the whole stud thing. I don't want a woman on me portraying to be a man. Like, I'll just be with a man. So.
See, mine, she was a soft stud, but we had this incident to where we was at the club. We was at a gay club, and we used to try to, like, get back at each other, do little stuff. So we in the club, and I think she danced on some girl, let some girl dance on her. So I started dancing on another girl. Then she did it, but she did it way worse. So I just went up to her and punched her in the face at the club. Then me and her got to fighting. The security guards broke us up, took us outside, kicked us out. Girl, we went home together and had sex.
Yeah, that's some crazy stuff.
We was psycho crazy. Like, we would be fighting and then just lay up with each other. Her arms be, my arms be around her, because like I said, I was more aggressive than her.
Have you ever been ashamed of, or have you ever interacted with a woman or girls in a club, or have you ever been ashamed of any of the ones that you've interacted with? And I'd be proudly to answer this question for myself.
I never really been ashamed. Girls, for some reason, like all the friends that I've always had, they've always came on to me, wanted to mess around with me for some reason.
All my friends come on to me too.
I thought it was just me.
No,
I was like, oh my God, all of my friends want some, and it's like, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to go ahead and do it? And then we'd be drinking, and they'd come on to me, and I'd be like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do? We friends. I don't want them to mess up our friendships.
So
but
they're really protective of you.
Oh, like, one of them used to cry. If I went out with another woman, she'd be crying like, why would you love her? Did you mess around with her? And I used to be like, girl, just chill. We friends. See what I'm saying? That's why we should. Then we end up messing around again. I had a one girl, I really liked her. She worked at Magic City. And you probably know her too, girl. I'm gonna tell you after this.
No, but we being open.
No, I'm not gonna say her name on here.
Oh yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, I don't want to say her name, but she was so fine, y'all. I was like, oh my God, how did I get this girl? I had just moved down here. Well, I didn't just move down here, but I kind of did. I was only here for like 2 years, and we messed around. And I used to go over her house. She used to come over mine. I really liked her. She was a dark skinned, short. We was both short together, girl. We was fine.
Well, I've been ashamed out of me dealing with a few women in the club scene. I can honestly say I have 2 people that I am ashamed of touching. Honestly. And
bitch, I drink.
And I will still deny it to this day. I never touched you. We never did anything.
Yeah, tell me when we did.
I will definitely tell you. The one's in Birmingham.
I'm not gonna know where it is.
Yeah, you will. Trust me. This one you'll know.
Oh God.
Yeah. And then one is here, and I'll tell you. But yeah, those are all of my questions.
So I got another question. So do you feel like you started dancing because of your father? Because that's usually like how it starts.
You know what? No.
I
started dancing because of the lifestyle that I was living. I was messing with Eddie Levert Jr. And he bought me my first car. It was a 2008 what was it, IS 250 Lexus, and he was good to me. So even with him being good to me, I was still working my 3 jobs because I was trying to keep up or whatever.
3?
Girl, yes. I was working at Dunkin' Donuts. I would drive to Dunkin' Donuts. I had to be there 3 o'clock in the morning. Then I would get off and go to Arby's. No, I would get off, go to McDonald's. And now, mind you, back in 2008, I was making $9 an hour. And I would get off and then go to Arby's. Like, girl, yes. But those checks, as much as I was working, those checks were never adding
Girl,
up.
I worked at Papa John's, so I already know.
It was never adding up. So I would be short on my rent. Like, I had a dog named Lady. Like, it was
a cute name.
Yeah, my car note at the time was $734.
Oh, God.
Like, I was living beyond my means. But, I mean, when you in the streets and you caught up in that, that's just what you like. So, what was the question?
Father. I worked at Papa John's. Yeah, I said, is your father the reason why?
No, he's not. The reason is I tried to keep up with a lifestyle that I couldn't afford, and it just went from there.
I used to work at Papa John's, and I was going to school for and I was a janitor. Like,
see, I wasn't in college
at 14.
Yeah, I graduated when I was 16.
I didn't graduate.
16 or 17 I graduated.
I dropped out of school in the 12th grade, which is probably stupid, and I was at the end of my 12th grade. I think I only needed 2 more credits and I was done, but I ended up dropping out because of, I moved here, and I'm just be honest, I moved here to be a stripper in Atlanta because of, I came up here traveling with a friend, and I seen how much money I can make. I made like $4,000 on just 1 week, and I was dancing at Strokers when I first came up here. And I seen how much money could be made and all of that, and the way that the girl, she was from Cleveland, and the way she was living, had her a nice apartment and all of that. And I was just like, girl, hell, I can come up here and dance and make a killing, and then figure out what I want to do next.
That's when I started back, when I left Birmingham after the whole stalking thing. When I came back here and went to Flame, that first week, girl, I made $6,500 in 4 days. So the money's good, but the money goes to waste.
And it ain't worth it. I don't think it's worth it. What? Okay, so my dad
going to bills. And that's around the time that I was buying my house. So I had to save. I had to still pay my bills. It was just a lot. Like,
and then yeah, you making all this money, but your bills is higher because you can't just live anywhere. If you a woman with, you know, pride and all that, I couldn't just live just anywhere. So my money was going on bills. My bills was high as hell. My car got fucking repoed because my bills was so high. But dad's situation, I feel like I did dance because of, like, my dad was never there. He's been in jail for about 18 years now, so he was never there, and I just didn't have the father love and all of that. And I feel like a lot of women do dance because of that.
I feel like a lot of women do dance because of that and the things that they went through. Like, a lot of women have been raped, and this can be a big debate, but 85% of women that have been raped become strippers. True. They do. Or, I don't know, drugs or whatever, they become strippers. But with my father, like, he was never there for me. I can say the best thing my father did for me was take me out of a group home. Like, he told them people, like, she ain't coming back. That was the best thing my father could have ever done for me. But as far as, like, me dancing because of him, no. Like, I never had to hide it from my family. Everyone knew. I just didn't care. Like, I had to do what I had to do. And then especially, like, when I had my baby, I could ask nobody. I literally had no help. So me going back to stripping, I didn't care.
See, the only help I've always had was my mother. Like, she's always been there for me. She keeps my kids for me. She watch them. Like, my mom been helping. And honestly, and that was a question that I had, how did your family react to what you dancing? When my mom found out, honestly, like, she was not upset or anything. I was 18, I was grown, and I've always been the person, like, I've always had boyfriends that would give me money, help me out, take me to school. Like, I used to go to school, and I would always have a way to school. Like, my mom always knew that I would make a way, period. So
that's the same way with me. Everybody know that. Like,
baby,
that's why I said, if I have to open my mouth and ask you for something, D, that means I really need it. Like,
same here. And the dudes just, they always been older. I've always dated older, and they've always just been there for me. Like, I don't give a damn. I'm going to school. They would wake up to take me to school.
Yeah,
and come get me from school. And I was like 19 at that time and stuff. But because I was going to try to get my GED, but I didn't end up getting it. But yeah, my dad does this thing to where he disappears. So he, you know, he's never had a relationship. He has 9 kids, and he's never had a relationship.
My father does too.
He does.
9 kids. I ain't taking
Girl, not me either. My dad don't either. My dad has 9 kids, so
well, we grown. The older ones, all of us are grown now, but the babies, hey.
Yes, and I'm the oldest on my dad's side, but the youngest on my mother's side.
I'm in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm the 3rd oldest of the 9 kids.
Wait, I'm recording.
But I don't know. My mom and dad will always ask me. Well, my dad never asked me, but my mom, she would ask me, like, you had a good night? Like, she would, yeah, girl, how much money did you make? Like, it was never a secret with my family.
Girl, my mama used to be like, you gonna have to pay me. Nah, start paying me. You making all this money.
See, my mother is disabled. I haven't lived with my mom since I was 9 years old. She has multiple sclerosis. So, what can she say? My father, I haven't been with you since, Lord, yeah. What can you say? You know what I'm saying? So, I never really cared. I
think my family, they all kind of knew that I was gonna be a dancer. They knew before I knew, and I've always just felt like my family, didn't really too much like me like that because of I was different. I'm different than my family. I'm the person that I want more. I'm not content, and they just didn't really like me.
I don't think my family thought that I would be a stripper. I think they thought I was gonna be a hoe, 5, 6, 7 kids, and I don't, I don't think I should say that, but I'm good with my one child that I have right now. I didn't want.
She not saying that you a hoe because of you have 5, 6, 7 kids. There's nothing wrong with having 5, 6, 7 kids.
But for my family, they would. I thought that they would have,
My family thought I was gonna have about 10, honey, and have about. But the thing with me is, my relationships always be long. Like my last relationship before the one that I'm in now, me and him was dealing with each other for 9.5 years. On and off. So I've always been in long-term relationships, but they've always thought that I was going to be the person that just fuck their man, their husbands. Well, none of them is married, but
I take that back. You can't be a hoe if you're a hoe and you're out there hoeing and you become pregnant on all your hoe moments. 5, 6, 7 kids, you're a hoe. Or you was a hoe and you made babies out of being a hoe. That doesn't make you a bad mother, but I mean, you made babies out of hoeing. And I think that's what they probably thought of me, but no, it turned out to be the whole opposite. I'm really, out of my family, me and my cousin are the only ones that have one child. And here it is, my daughter's 9. I want another baby. In 2 years I said I have another kid, but nah, it was never a secret with my family. And that was the thing with the girl that was stalking me from Birmingham. Like, when you expose me on here on social media and you reach out to my family and all this stuff, you really making yourself look bad because everybody know D dance. Like, that was no secret. So I just, when she did that, I was like, damn, I ain't never had nobody do me like that. But she's so stupid because she don't even know that my family been know. They knew when I stopped. They knew when I started back. They knew when I stopped. Like, it's not a secret. But I don't wish that on anybody. I don't.
I got a last question, I think, because, like, I really didn't have a lot of questions. And we literally just tried to do it on top of our head. What do you think you could have did differently, what you know now, with being a dancer?
Like, I'm gonna do you like you did me. You answer that question first.
Okay, with me, I wish that I would have saved up way more because I made so much money, and when I was done dancing, I didn't have nothing to show for it. All the money that I made. I wish I would have bought myself a home, paid off a car, got my credit together at that time. I feel like I started working on my credit soon as I started because I went to bartender school, and then my money, like, I was starting to get checks every 2 weeks instead of every day. So that made me learn how to save because, I wasn't getting it. You get paid every day. You just like, oh, let me go buy a bag. Let me just go buy this and all of that. And now, and when I stopped dancing, I didn't have nothing to show for that I made all that money.
Well, me,
at all.
Even though I hated it, still hate it. I bought a house, my first house, last year. I paid off my car. I was in a S550. I've always had a luxury car. I downgraded my lifestyle to get comfortable. After me and my ex broke up, I sold the car. I bought me a Camry. I had so many people like, why'd you do that? Like, who does that? D does that. Because I know what I'm comfortable with living. I'm not going to continue to live above my means. Right. So, I got that car, got in a wreck. Somebody hit me and totaled that car, and then I bought another one, the one that's outside. I paid that car off. 2016 I bought it, and I paid it off that following year. I've always had a nice house. You have a lot to show for it. You have a furnished house. You have a car.
I was saying when I stopped dancing, I didn't have nothing. Now that I'm doing something different other than dancing, that's when I'm starting to, like, my credit score went up to like a 759. Like, I started working on that type of stuff versus not caring.
It took 2 years for me to fix my own credit. My ex, it was 2 things on my credit. My score was like right there, but I'm that stubborn type. I ain't paying these folks until I actually learned how to do credit on my own. He kind of motivated me, and I paid whatever, when you don't have to pay anything in collections. But I got my credit score right, and that's when I bought my house. And well, my car was paid off before that, but I bought my house and I started saving. I'm still saving.
Yeah,
Saving's not easy.
It's not easy at all. It's not easy, but I went to her housewarming when she had a house. She has a beautiful house like myself. Like, we just high maintenance girls, kind of. We just like what we like, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that.
In the midst of that,
she reminded me a lot like myself. I feel like we've been through basically the same, or shaped the same, but she got a flat tummy, flat.
You'll get there. You just had a baby.
I am. She just keeps talking about, I just had a baby. I had a baby 8 months ago.
So what? Sometimes it take a whole year, 2 years.
It do. Oh my God. It's never took this long with my other kids. Now I'm at my 3rd one. It's just like, it's just the stomach don't want me to be great.
You're fine. You made me forget what I was about to say.
I know this video is like extra long, y'all.
But it's very, I hope what we discussed today can actually be motivation for those who are still stripping or they feel like they're stuck, they can't get out. Oh, I will say this. So in the midst of me stripping, I did go to nursing school. I've enjoyed working as one. But I went to nursing school simply to make my family proud. Yes, I thought I wanted to do it, and I enjoyed doing it, working at the different hospitals. I worked at Northside, Atlanta Medical, Piedmont, doctor's offices, everywhere. And I enjoyed interacting with different patients or whatnot. But I only did it to make my family proud. Mm-hmm. So out of me stripping, I quit to become an entrepreneur, and I now have my own catering business, and it's called Dee's New York Style Kitchen. And I am in progress or transitioning to I was in transitioning now I am to doing a takeout restaurant. And being an entrepreneur is, people think it's so easy. It's beautiful to say you started a business, but you still have to go through a black-owned business, other black people, the support. Just half of the time on social media we see the good, no one sees the bad. Mm-hmm. And it's just very stressful. I'm stressed now, shit. But I'm getting there.
I'm stressed too, y'all.
I'm not gonna give up on my dream. I've always wanted a restaurant. I enjoy cooking. I'm finally doing something that's my passion and not to please someone else. That's what I really got out of becoming a stripper and my accomplishments with it. Mm-hmm. And I'm not the type of person to sit out here and throw my goals and ideas, but you and I have discussed what we're going to do mm-hmm. after we get this other thing, and I think that would be a very, very, very great thing.
I think
with
it
the
would.
Proper training and education. So
I think it would too, and I'm ready for it. And you know, we appreciate y'all for watching.
Yeah, it's a great topic. Hopefully it's helpful to others.
I know. I think it will be, because the video that I did, a lot of people DM me. And we actually went to the strip club last night. And we had fun. I had fun. But I haven't been in a strip club. I haven't been in this strip club in so long, for real. So, especially in Atlanta. So when I went, everybody knew me. Everybody just made sure they spoke and was telling me how they watch my videos. And I just appreciate all of that, because last time I posted up the video, I got so many DMs from girls that's dancers, because of, they just said that, you know, I helped them basically from my video that I made about me being a stripper and how I stopped and stuff like that. But as y'all know, I stopped like 4 years ago. I tried dancing like, what, 3 weeks ago or whatever. I posted up a video about that, and it just didn't work. And it showed me that it's not really it's not at all.
It's not the same. These new babies that's coming in, they thinking, oh, they see. First of all, let's get this straight. Social media has led everyone to feel like they are missing out on this lifestyle. Half of the people on social media are living a lie. It's just for social media. Like, the bags, the designer stuff, half of these people don't even have. Half of this money they flaunt, not even theirs. But I will say this to some of the dancers that know me. Well, I know a lot of dancers. But this message is to you guys. Like, I praise a lot of them. And you know, we could be haters, envious, like evil, jealous, all that. But I'm not that type of person. And I see now, like, some of the girls, they starting their own business, they trying. Like, it's a trap. But it is. For you to attempt to try to do something, it might not be for you. It might not work out the first time. But still, you attempted to, you know what I'm saying, move from that trap.
Because it's so hard.
And I applaud everybody that's trying, because it's
so hard. I wanted to get the girls all my damn money. Me and her both went last night, and they had no money left in our damn pockets, okay? I'm like, I just felt bad. And it ain't necessarily feeling bad. It ain't necessarily feeling bad.
D don't feel bad.
It ain't necessarily feeling bad, but it's just, and then I seen a girl that I used to hang with. I seen her. I have not seen her since I danced. So I seen her, and I'm just like, girl, like, me and her used to be together every single day. And then I stopped talking to her when I stopped dancing. It was just like, we just wasn't talking no more. I guess, you know, honestly, when you stop being in that life, you kind of have to, like, distance yourself and disappear from, like, I unfollowed, like, a bunch of strippers, like, girls that make sure they put it all on their page, strip club stuff. I didn't want to see none of that stuff, because I was just done with it. But just like she said, like, I applaud, you know, the strippers, because it's a lot of work. Like, you really it's hard to get out of it. Some people get on drugs, they start popping pills, snorting coke, they start drinking, never drunk before. Like,
I was one of those. Like, I had to, when I first started dancing, oh my baby, I was a lush, okay?
What's a lush?
A lush is when you gobble your drink down in 1 second. Like, girl.
Like I just did.
Yeah. I was a lush. Like, I used to swallow my drinks, but it would help me, like, everything was blacked out to me. Like, I was just focused on making money to go home. Like, I hated it. So for 11 years of me dancing, I hated every last one. I don't care how much money I made. Like, I hated it.
I didn't hate it at first, honestly.
I hated it because I felt like I was degrading myself. Like, damn, D, you resulted to this. Like, it looked good to you, but then when you actually do it, you be like, damn, like, I felt nasty. Like, people, my daughter's father, like, the whole West Side, here, they see me dancing. Like, I was embarrassed.
I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it to the end, to where I start crying in the car. Like, before I used to go in Blaze, I used to be crying in the car every single day. But before then, I didn't hate it. I actually liked it, because I traveled. I would go out of town to dance, make a lot of money, seeing how much money I was making. But then people was taking from me, and people was breaking in my house and all the stuff I was going through.
Okay, I take it back. Maybe the first 3 years.
Yeah, like
the first 4 years.
I was fine.
Because I was still in school.
That last year, baby, I was crying. But see, that's how I was
at Flame. When I went to Flame, like, I think I was making the money, but I knew that I could make much more if I would ask. I've never been the asking type. Like, I'm beautiful and no one can ever tell me different, but I've always been that type, and the guys treat me that way. They tell me to come here, or I know a dude.
Oh, baby, I thought you said I asked for money. I said that in my last video. I have never, ever asked a man, do you want to dance?
I have, but
never, I haven't.
It's not that many times. Like, I'll sit.
That's what I do, baby. I'ma sit there for a minute.
I know certain people.
Then get up.
Right. Or if I was to go on stage and somebody see me dance, oh, come here.
Yes. Oh my God,
that's always been me.
That is me.
Because like I said in the beginning of this video, like if you look at me from the front, she got a beautiful face, she got pretty hair. I look skinny, but baby, when you turn around, like boom.
That's so true.
But yeah, that's how I was at Flame. Like I was like, I guess to my ends with, like I didn't want to do it no more. But I knew I had to go back to do it here in Atlanta, to buy my house, and I had to come up with $30,000 in 45 days. I was short. I want to say I was short like $1,900. And one of my homeboys ended up giving it to me. No, I'm sorry, I was short $2,900 because my other homeboy gave me $1,000, and then I had to borrow $1,900, and I gave it right back to him after I closed. But that shit, girl, I was in there every day.
See, I thought about doing that. I thought about going back to be able to do that, but it's just like when I went, and I just felt like I've been going backwards. I've been feeling like I've been going backwards lately, and I don't know why, but
if you're trying to get somewhere in life and your money's not right, that's what I had to understand. Like, I never was the type of person to care. Like, I don't care what you say about me. Like, me sleeping with whoever, we all make mistakes. Hey, I don't care. Like, okay. But when you have a goal and you don't have no one to help you, sometimes our pride get in the way. And that's how, girl, my pride is so strong. Lord Jesus, help me. But I have to understand that can be our downfall. So I had to put my pride to the side. And still now, like, I'm like, I feel like it's hard when you're by yourself. I'm not necessarily by myself. I've always been by myself, but now I'm dating someone that helps out like a lot. So I feel like it was way harder. You're with someone you had a beautiful child with.
Right. And he has no choice but to pay these bills. But it's hard when you're by yourself and you don't have no one, and then you don't have no family here. You have kids, so you got to worry about who's going to keep your kids for you. And then, you know, dancers, we through the night. We dance through the night. We sleep during the day.
Well, I've never been the type to sleep during the day. I'm like a fucking ghost. Like, I could get off work at 3. And I'm back up at 6.
Oh my God, I'm the same way.
I've never been a sleep-in type. Like, I think, and it's probably more people like that. But me, I can speak for myself. I have never been the one to sit there and lay in the bed and sleep all day. I don't know.
I did today because of, we was drinking Patron last night, honey, and I ain't drunk Patron in so long. I was like, oh my God, I feel like you know how you get older, you just feel like, what the fuck? It's hard to get up the next day after you drinking. But I be up.
I had a hangover.
I be up
Thanks
all
to you
the
guys.
time.
And I missed my appointment.
I ain't missed my honeys, but I be up.
I missed my appointment.
I love waking up early. And then I watch motivational videos when I wake up. Like, that's another thing I used to have to do before I stopped. Me too. Before I stopped, I used to have to like listen to motivational videos helping me, like, because it was hard. I didn't know what to do next. I was like, oh my God, how am I going to be able to work a job and make this money, as much money as I was making dancing?
Yeah. It's all good.
Y'all, this is like my...
I don't want any more. I'm good.
This is like my 5th cup. Okay.
This is the best wine ever.
They both taste good, actually, too.
Best wine.
It is.
Riesling.
You just said it right.
Whatever. Because y'all kept saying that sounded like I was saying wrestling. You know, I said wrestling.
Right, it's Riesling.
Riesling, whatever. Yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching.
We're gonna wrap this video up, and like I said, we appreciate you guys for watching. I will put her information in the description box below. Make sure y'all follow her and support her. She cooks. She was cooking on my live last night.
We not gonna post that.
Oh God, it was a mess.
We're not gonna post that.
It was a mess, y'all. But thank y'all for watching. I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.